Plymouth. The Meteorological Office issued the following gale warning to shipping at...
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Today.
Of all the 26 Radio 4 listeners at 9 o'clock in the evening, how many of them can possibly be on board a boat? Oh, hello. What have we got now? 6 bells in time for Boiler Stoker's Choice? Bridge. Daniel, I wish you wouldn't call me Mum. Or Mother. It's not the word I object to, it's the implication that I'm in some way responsible for you wandering this earth. Yes, of course I know it's half-term tomorrow. Well, no, if you want to go and stay with a friend, that's fine. Well, you better give me a phone number. Oh, shove another 10 pence in. Well, no, look, who are you going to stay with? Jason. Is it Jason? Well, I look it up in the book. Nino. Who's Nino? Nina! Daniel!
So who's Nina? His girlfriend?
Sister, if he's going to stay with her, she's hardly likely to be his chiropodist.
You know what I mean. A steady girlfriend.
Sheila doesn't know.
So how long's he been going out with her?
She doesn't know that.
How do you know I don't know?
Listen, I've got 3 boys. If you know as much about Daniel as I know about them, you don't know anything. They wake up, grunt and go out. They come back, grunt and go to bed. And when they're not doing that, they eat, lie on the sofa and grunt. How long's he been going out with her?
I don't know.
I rest my case.
Michael, it is now 10 to 9. According to that list, we were supposed to start at 8:45 a.m. Is there any earthly reason why I'm standing in that theatre on my own?
Well, apparently all the clocks were running slow, so they got someone in to fix the central control, and now they're all 15 minutes fast.
I see.
Also, someone left yesterday's list up. We're not starting at 8:45, we're starting at 9.
Right. Anything else?
Yes, you're not working in Theatre 1 this morning. You're in Theatre 6.
Sometimes wonder if I should take up knitting.
All he said was that I might have stayed with a friend. I thought he meant Jason or Paul.
So what's the problem?
I'm not sure.
Look, Sheila, if Daniel never mentioned a girlfriend, you'd be worried, wouldn't you?
No, I'd have liked him to be gay. I might have tempted him into a monastery.
I didn't mean that. I meant worried that he didn't confide in you.
That's right. At least he took the trouble to phone and ask permission.
Yes.
Well, there you are, then.
Unfortunately, he didn't take the trouble to wait for the answer.
Oh.
If you want the truth, I wish he wouldn't confide in me.
Sheila.
That's awful.
Well, it's the way it is. I'm just not a very good mother. I've been doing it for 18 years. It hasn't worked. Why can't we just call the whole thing off? I am not equipped to make all these decisions about whether he should do this or should do that. Do you know what I had to eat last night?
What?
Soup. That's all. Nothing else.
Sorry, if we change the subject, I've got a bit lost.
I staggered home at 9 o'clock yesterday evening. All the shops were closed. There was nothing in the fridge. So I sat down to a bowl of split-pea soup, which had been in the cupboard for months for the very good reason that I don't like split-pea soup.
No, I'm sorry you've lost me as well. I think I was following till you got to soup.
Well, I don't see what's so wonderful about my son confiding in me when I can have a perfectly miserable time without any help from him whatsoever. For God's sake, I've got enough on my plate just coping with me.
Well, I like that.
She's tired.
We're all tired. I mean, look at you. Great bags under your eyes, covered in worry lines, pasty-faced.
What?
What's all this can't cope rubbish?
Worry lines?
Must be really difficult struggling by on 400,000 quid a week. Selfish old bag.
You'll be coming along when you've finished, will you, sister?
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'll never work in this town again.
Cheryl.
Well, Grace seemed to think that 2 o'clock in the morning was rather late to come home.
Yes.
Had to endure that awful language of breakfast.
Oh, you got breakfast, did you? It was made rather plain to me that I'd been fed to the guinea pigs.
Don't you find women the most aggressive animals? I mean, why Simon Field should have married one, I can't think. And take those Middle East chappies, marry half a dozen of the blessed things.
Yes.
Got a coffee?
Yes, please. Of course, out there they have a different system.
Oh?
Well, they marry half a dozen, but the wives actually live in a separate house. The husband simply nips round twice a week for a change of underwear. Actually, strange as it may seem, the idea of marrying more than one wife could have its advantages. I mean, say, for example, one has an argument with number 1. Well, you've still got numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 getting on with the hoovering. Mind you, it would never work in this country.
Why?
6 women in one house, they'd rip each other to bits.
Quite. Then, of course, there's the other problem.
What's that?
My dear fellow, the number of children 6 women could turn out has to be phenomenal.
You don't like children?
In moderation. Grace and I were blessed with 5 of the damn things. Although it must be said we were very lucky with ours.
Really?
Oh, yes, the whole lot left home at the first opportunity. Run down?
Well, I think she is. Problems with Daniel, working too hard, and I'm convinced she doesn't eat properly.
Sheila?
Well, you know what she's like, always rushing around. As far as I can see, all she exists on is the odd snack now and again.
Plus the odd bite she takes out of me. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Look, you're only a man. You haven't got a clue what Sheila needs right now.
I bet I can guess.
She needs pampering, a bit of attention. Someone to say, you're a very attractive woman.
So here's 4 frocks, a truckload of milk chocolates and a cuddly toy.
Yeah.
Rubbish. Joyce, when someone's run down, they need fresh air, a good healthy diet, plenty of exercise.
That's dogs.
It is not dogs. Anyway, Sheila doesn't go in for all that new frock nonsense. I'm not saying she doesn't need, you know,
What?
pampering.
Oh, fine. We'll get her a flea collar and a packet of bonios.
Look, I'll take her down the market. We'll have a good wander round. We'll get some fresh meat, veg, a bottle of wine. And then we'll go back to her place and cook up a really good meal. She'll love it.
Well, that was bracing. Funny how a flash flood and a force-8 gale make one feel one could take on the whole world. Oh, come on. What harm's it done? I feel quite refreshed.
I've never seen that much rain.
Well, don't stand there dripping.
No.
Raymo left some clothes upstairs. You go up and dry off and, put those on.
Sheila,
What?
I can't wear Raymo's clothes.
Of course you can. It might sag a bit round the chest.
No, I'd much rather just nip off home.
So what have we bought this lot for? We're going to make a meal, something healthy, bursting with vitamins. And afterwards we're going to get thoroughly stuffed on blueberry cheesecake. Anyway, I'd quite like to see what you look like in something decent. Not in there. They're in the spare room on the left. You are going to the left and I am going to the right.
Right.
Don't forget to close the curtains. There's only a wood at the back, but I'm told squirrels stun easily.
What, in the white cupboard?
Mostly, there's some socks and things in the drawer.
Hi, Mum.
If you want a shower, it's the door at the end of the passage.
What I really want is half an hour's sleep. For someone who's supposed to be run down, it's amazing how much energy you've got.
Run down.
Well, no, not exactly. Joyce said you were a bit off colour.
Well, how would she know? Most of her colour comes out of a bottle.
Sheila?
Anyone home?
What do you want?
I just came to get some clothes. I've only got my school thing.
I want a word with you.
Okay, I won't be a sec.
Now.
I was just going to say hello to Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Hi, Dan.
Daniel, I'm not not saying you can't go and stay with a girlfriend.
Oh, come on. Every time you say you're not saying I can't do something, it turns out that's what you are saying and I can't do it.
That's not true.
Oh, can I go then?
No.
Well, there you are.
Jonathan, you explain.
What?
Well, I'm trying to behave like a responsible parent, and I just think anyone else in my position would think of all sorts of important questions to ask first.
Like what?
I don't know!
Can I go then?
No.
Sheila, why don't you ask Danny to bring her round sometime? You could meet, have a chat.
Yes?
Check her vaccination records.
Danny?
Bit of luck, she might have a written pedigree.
Then what's she doing with a tatty mongrel like you?
Sheila?
Trying to get me off the leash.
You're not even house-trained.
That's the trouble with you. You can't take
You
any...
two belt up! Come on, Danny, what harm can it do? Just bring her round.
Jonathan's right. No more arguments. That is that.
All right. She's in the car. Hang on a sec.
Well, not now, Daniel! What a pity we didn't buy any chestnuts. I had this sudden urge to stuff. Daniel! Daniel, I just don't think it's the right time to meet.
Nina won't mind if you look a bit rough.
I don't look rough. I'm just not in the right mood to... Nina! Do come in.
Lying down out there?
Yes. Well, Daniel may be a little while, so I insisted that he invite you in. He's told me nothing about you.
I'm not surprised. We only met... When was it?
Friday.
I don't know all that much about him yet.
That explains the longevity of your relationship. Shall I take your coat?
Oh,
I'm told you have a car.
oh yes, just an old banger.
Yes, still, must be expensive to run, I should think.
Well, it doesn't really matter. The old man coughs up for it.
Your father.
My husband.
Goodbye. I don't worry with you.
Listen, am I supposed to be starting this meal or what?
Friday.
What?
Do you know when these two first met? Friday. And do you know when she split up with her husband?
Who cares?
Thursday morning.
Sheila, before we go any further, this meal is definitely now off, is it?
Danny LaRue does not change that quickly.
Right.
My God, one day. How does she know he's gone for good? He might have got involved in a long card game.
Her marriage had been on the rocks for years. She told me.
She can't be more than 19. How long's it been on the rocks since she was 10? Danny, it's not often I put my foot down, but this time...
It's too late.
She's not...
Sheila, they only met Friday.
So what do you mean it's too late?
Well, the age of majority in this country is 18. I'm 18.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Do something grown up.
We were going to.
Rubbish. 2-day-old fruit flies can do that.
It's too late to put your foot down.
Not on your throat.
As far as the law's concerned, I can do what I like.
You can pack your bags first.
All right.
I've not picked you to pack your bags.
Excuse me. Have either of you two noticed you've got a guest in the house? Not that it's bothered anyone in the past. Every time I come here, I spend the next 4 days chewing handfuls of antacid tablets. Do you realise I could shortly be the first man in history to get cauliflower ears from verbal assault?
Will you say something? My son is having an affair with a married woman. What is your impartial response to that?
You're married?
Meaning...
Danny.
Don't you dare dignify that with an explanation. You think, because I am wearing a bathrobe and was upstairs with Jonathan when you walked in, that means something?
Sheila, I think we should dignify it with a small explanation.
We've been shopping.
That small? What's he supposed to think? We were upstairs ripping off bargain stickers?
It was raining. We got soaked. Went upstairs to dry off. Jonathan went into the spare room, I went into my room, and I'm sorry, I feel totally ridiculous and don't have the foggiest idea why I'm saying this. You're not going to stay with that woman, and that is that.
Danny, look at it this way. If your father were here, what would he say?
Well, he'd probably say, why are you wearing my tracksuit?
Now, apart from that, what would he say about,
Nothing. He'd try and say something. She'd interrupt. He'd say, I'm talking to my son. She'd say, he's my son too. They'd start arguing and I'd go upstairs and play some music. Oh. I'd like to know what you think.
What, me?
Well, I see you more than I see Dad. And as far as I can tell, Mum likes you more than she likes Dad.
Daniel.
Anyway, Dad's gone. So, if you're here in loco parentis, you've tried the rest on, you might as well see if the cap fits.
Well, go on.
Sheila, can we have a private chat?
Well, just tell him what you think.
I think we should have a private chat.
Jonathan, he's asked your advice. Just give him it.
Sheila, I really would like a private chat.
Well?
Look, I've never had any kids, so I'm not speaking from experience. But on the other hand, I was once Daniel's age, so maybe I have got some experience. But on the other hand, I don't think I've ever had as much experience as he seems to be getting.
You sound a bit jealous.
Look, if you tell him he can't go and stay with this girl, he'll go, just to prove that you don't call the shots anymore.
I'm not going to tell him. You are. I see.
Well, it won't make any difference. Whatever we say, he'll do the exact opposite.
So if I tell him he can go, he won't.
Oh, no. No, I don't think it stretches that far.
You just said.
You've seen that girl. My God, he'll be off like a shot.
Then I don't see the point. If he's going to go, no matter what I say, then I might as well say no.
Why?
Because then I can beat the little rat up and we can both get some enjoyment out of
Sheila, you cannot run his life forever. He's grown up. Let him go off, make his own mistakes. Well?
You're not going.
Sheila!
I'm sorry, I am not giving him the pleasure of knowing he's beaten me.
Right, that's it. I'm off.
Fine. But first I'd like Rainbow's tracksuit back.
Fine.
Forget that. All upstairs rooms are out of bounds while my son is in the house.
Sheila, may have escaped your notice that my clothes are upstairs.
Well, that's all right. I'll look the other way while you make a swift dash for your car. Oh, go on then. Push off.
You don't mind?
I'm told you're now grown up and have to make your own mistakes. What that means, I'm not quite sure. It seems to imply that when you murdered your hamster at the age of 4, I was the brains behind the whole scheme. Well, in spite of everything, I'm sure she's a very nice girl. So if you want to go...
I'll need £35. Well, she's gone off in the car. If you want me to go, you'll have to give me the train fare to Manchester.
I'm not paying for you to shack up with that tart!
So there I am, sitting quietly on the stairs. She screams out the kitchen, calls me a bollard.
Bollard?
God knows what she calls those things in the middle of the road. Then she lets out a stream of invective to the effect that I am responsible and I should give Daniel 35 quid.
And you did?
Joyce, she was holding my clothes hostage. Jonathan, I'd like you
Not
and
now,
Joyce to
we're
be
in
the
middle
first
of a very delicate discussion. Then what happened?
What do you think? I had to drive to the cash point, give Daniel a lift to the station. Were you that much trouble when you were his age?
My brother was. He started going out with my mum's best friend.
Well, I don't see what's so terrible about that.
My dad had been going out with her for 6 months. My parents are divorced.
Oh!
Now.
Neil, I want you to be the first...
No, not now. I'm having rather a bad time. Willem, Daddy wants to say sorry to Mummy, and he can't do that if you take the telephone out into the garden for Daddy to speak to the guinea pigs.
Canada?
Absolutely bewildering. My son is offered a plum job in a marvellous, beautiful country, and he turns it down. With the feeble excuse that Grace and I might miss the insipid female he's chosen for his wife and their 3 hooligan offspring.
Well, I expect you would miss them a bit.
My dear woman, We've been trying to miss them every Sunday afternoon for the last 10 years.
Does anyone have the vaguest idea how one speaks to a guinea pig?
You were the one who said I should allow him to go in the first place.
But he's gone. I paid for the train. Where's the problem?
Jonathan.
Look, I have been trying to announce some good news, and yet people keep telling me to go away.
Yeah, come on, Simon. I could do with some good news.
My wife's going to have a baby.
Oh, my God. I thought I was questioning the sanity of these people. Right.
Congratulations.
Raymond's tracksuit. Look.
Jonathan, I think I ought to apologise.
No, it's my fault. I always make these simple mistakes. It never occurred to me that you wanted him to stay because you miss him when he's not here.
And that was your simple mistake.
Well, that was one of them. I made two.
I think it's now 3, but go on.
That's not the tracksuit.
Sorry?
It's not the tracksuit, it's something else.
Chocolate.
And a frock. What's up? Look, if it's all wrong, don't blame me. I was advised where to go and what to get.
I bet you were. Joyce Watson, you're a sly old bag. Cherry liqueurs. No, you can't have them now. You can come round tomorrow.
You don't eat? What about the frock?
The frock. Well, the frocks. Frocks. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Well, if I knew what the hell you wanted...
Jonathan! I don't want presents. I've got everything. Almost.
What do you mean? Almost.
Oh, Jonathan.
Upstairs is free. What's he doing here?
Her husband came back.
Almost.